I'm upset about it.
No playoffs.
Don't forget, I'm also the judge today, so I get to do what I have to say. Alright, listen. Hey! Hi!
Hello.
Hi.
What is up?
Hush your faces. Okay, I promised you would have 5 minutes to get your thoughts together as a group. Okay, as you can see, death sentence people, you are largely outnumbered.
Come at me, bro.
I hope that you have some valid points. Okay, so you have 5 minutes, alright? Ready, set, go. Listen, you guys. Maybe take my bar out.
Anybody else?
So if A4 was with us and Angie had to even take the plan, the law.
Everyone's proud of her. Why? What are you doing?
Well, basically, the president said there is this
I hate talking. You have
Miss Hurd, I really got
They videotaped
Can we make a team name?
Wolverines!
Going down! Whoa! I have
Surprise her other
Alright, you have your note cards, so what I need you to do is put your name on one side and your opinion on the other, or which side that you're on. Like, can we write down like what we're gonna say? No. On the note card, you're gonna put Jacob. On this side, you're gonna put death sentence. Got it?
Are we forced to go on?
No, you're not forced.
Wait, do we rate it base?
I might just go.
Miss Hirsch, I didn't get caught.
Okay, listen please. Boys and girls. Okay, this is how it's gonna work. Whenever you want to talk, you're gonna raise your card. Okay? Our bailiff today, Miss Sebastian, will call on you, and she will be bringing you up here, and then she will be swearing, oh yeah, she's gonna call you up here, and then one person is gonna debate at a time. Okay, so this side will give their opinion, this side will give their opinion. The judges will judge. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
If someone's talking and you're up there to debate, since there's two people, can you interrupt them?
We're
We're gonna go one at a time. Okay, at the end of each person's talk, we will open the floor for one person to say one thing.
Are we gonna have like two people from one person from each side and then they're both like not
One
arguing,
person
but-
from each side comes up and states their point. So you go one at a
Okay,
time.
like to each other or to the
It's like
judges?
this. I'm death sentence, and I think that he should get the death sentence because he did a bad thing.
Okay, then when she's done, I would be life imprisonment, and you're talking to the judges, okay? So we're not up here at the same time, right?
No.
We're up here one at a time. Does that make sense? You have 2 minutes each time you come up.
Everyone understand? Okay. Also, let's not forget how audiences should be when other people are speaking. Right? Quiet, polite, respectful. He's killing me. Okay, alright. You have 2 minutes. I'm timing you. Okay? Yes, sir.
It's the police officer that keeps everything in order.
Okay.
Are we ready to start?
Wait, what's your last name?
Sebastian.
Officer Sebastian.
Sergeant.
Are we starting, Mr.? Yes. Alright. All rise for the introduction of today's judges. Today's judges, we have the Honorable Miss Kwan, teacher, Maryland. The Honorable Miss Nelms, doctor, Georgia. The Honorable Mr. Hirsch, Miss Hirsch's brother, mechanical engineer, Pennsylvania. And presiding over today's hearing, we have the Honorable, Miss Clark is judging too. The Honorable Miss Clark, your teacher, Maryland. And presiding over today's hearings, we have the Honorable Miss Hirsch, your teacher, Pennsylvania. Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Please be seated.
Okay.
Order!
The debate will now begin. Oh wait, I need my papers.
I like how it's like all
Okay,
Okay.
so we'd like to start.
We are now opening the floor for debate. If you would like to speak, raise your card.
Okay.
Come on up.
Come on, Callie, make your point valid.
Please state your name for the record.
Say it louder, please.
Callie.
Okay. Your time will begin now.
Okay, Booth, there's many people that like agreed with Booth killing Lincoln, and he has a lot of supporters for that decision. So if we were to kill Booth, then all the people that agreed with what Booth did would start an uprising and cause more violence and want to challenge people. And if you just, either way, being in jail for the rest of his life, both ways are going to die. But if you just give him the death sentence, he's going to die quickly. But if you give him jail to life, then he's going to die slow and painful. And suffer. Yeah.
Jacob.
State what team you're on.
I'm on the Wolverines.
The death
sentence.
Your time will begin now.
First of all, if they did put him in prison and they kept him there, he would have a better chance of escaping because his friends that helped him try and kill Lincoln would come and escape, and people would say that no, because there's guards, but there was guards on Abraham Lincoln, and Booth killed Abraham Lincoln, and there was guards, so anything could happen. And for the uprising, there most likely wouldn't be an uprising because the South was actually mad when when Booth killed Abraham Lincoln, because they didn't really want to take it that far. Plus, he's the president, and yeah, that's what I had to say about that.
Are you done? Yes. You may step down.
We've got one here. Come on up. For Lincoln prison. Please state your name for the record.
Morgan Edwards.
Your time will begin now.
Okay. If someone kills another person, that's very bad. But if someone kills the president, that's taking it even farther. So I think that Booth should go to jail for his life, because if you just hang him, then he dies right away. So he doesn't have to feel like guilty for what he did. So he's just dying right away. But if you put him in jail, then he has to like suffer through it for many years, and so then he realizes what he did wrong. Also, during Lincoln's presidency, there were many medical advances, and you're a doctor, right? So after Booth killed Lincoln, that stopped the medical advances that he had in mind to help the country. So killing Lincoln was like it held the country back. So that's why Booth. Another reason he should be tortured in jail. That's what I have to say.
Death sentence.
Order.
Death sentence.
So come on up.
What do you get your say something?
Please state your name for the record.
Andrew Miller, man of truth.
Your time will begin now.
Okay, so if they put him in prison, then they're gonna have to have guards covering him like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because he's sneaky and he can break out. Plus, he could kill more people if he's in jail, or he could harm other people. Plus, he gets food, and that's not fair.
Wolverines.
Do you want me to call more on, or do you want to open the floor for comment?
At this point, we will now open the floor for comment. Comment means if you want to comment on any of the opinions or the arguments that anyone has stated. Bailiff?
Do you want to just...
Ashley?
Well, if Jacob's point, well, he might escape, yeah, but his accomplice, the people who helped him kill him, they probably know what's going to happen to him in jail. He's going to be treated like an animal. He's not going to be like the president would. He's not going to live in a huge house. He's going to live in a small cell like that big. He's not going to have much room in his life. So they won't want to do anything to get themselves in jail.
America.
Jacob?
At that point, yeah, that could be true. Except while he's in jail, since they're his friend, and since he's in jail, they're gonna kill more people, and no matter what, more people are gonna die. If that, yeah.
No,
You tell.
Jacob's point. If the southern people were mad, then why would they break them out of jail?
Exactly.
Boom. Yeah, Ruth.
Truth.
It's not anything but the truth.
Okay, would the Wolverines like to defend themselves here? Go ahead.
See, the funny thing is, that's not what I'm saying.
That's not
I said people that helped him. I'm not sure. They might not have been Southern. They might have lived around there, but they helped him. The Southern people, I doubt they would do anything bad. They would probably just stay over there. So,
Order in the court.
Okay, with Jacob, what Jacob was saying was that they might not have been Southern. They may have been from the North. Just because they were from the North does not mean that they didn't think slavery was bad. They might have been thinking slavery is good.
Morgan Edwards.
I have an objection to Jacob's statement
Oh.
and Andrew's statement.
Objection.
First for Jacob, you changed your story. The first time you said the people in the South and the people that helped them. Then after Noah's point, you said it was just the people in the South.
Objection.
Objection.
Wait a minute. What did you have to say about mine? I want to hear mine.
Let the part finish.
Are you done?
No.
Continue.
Okay.
Objection.
To Andrew's point, you said that he'll get food, which is not fair. But actually, they don't treat him. It's not like he goes to jail and it's like, oh, here, you're gonna get gourmet meals and stuff like that. It's just gonna be like they're gonna have to starve him because he's a criminal. You're not gonna like give him Thanksgiving feast. He doesn't get that. He gets
Okay. Over here.
His helpers were the ones who tried to kill the secretary and the vice president and kill Lincoln, so they're bad people too. So if they didn't get put in prison, they could have helped him escape.
Claire.
And I think that they should have it. That's just like for the statement, like it's an eye for an eye, or like a tooth for a tooth, like killing a man for killing another man.
All right. One more comment over here. Audrey Jones.
Earlier Jacob had said that the South respected Abraham Lincoln because he was their president too. Actually, the South elected their own president, Jefferson Davis, because they didn't want Lincoln.
Oh, snap! She got burned too. Excuse me, Judge. I have a comment.
That was good.
I think the last to comment was the death sentence team, so someone
We're
from
going to proceed
life
with this
imprisonment.
topic.
We can proceed.
So,
Raise your card if you'd like to come up. State your name for the record.
order, please.
Ashley from Team Life Imprisonment.
Okay, your time will begin now.
Okay, so if he hangs, think about it. One drop, dead. So if he's in prison, he'll slowly die, and he'll think more about what he's did. Now, if you think about it, he didn't have his life handed to him on a silver platter. He had to work to where he was. He ran for state legislator twice in Illinois, and he got there on the second election, and even got a second term. Now, I understand Booth might have not had a hard life too, but Abraham Lincoln worked hard to get where he was at. So when jail killed him, Booth killed him, he didn't think about how his life was spent. So if we hang him, he might never learn about that. But if he goes to jail, he might see what he did wrong, and not just go somewhere and say, "Oh, we're gonna kill this person just because he set slaves free." That's not right to kill somebody for that.
All the way in the back. Come on up. Progress. Please state your name for the record.
Your time will begin now.
Okay, one thing. If you look back at the law, like at that time period,
the law specifically states that if you kill somebody, you will be killed. And also, like what Blair was saying, like an eye for an eye, for a tooth, that is true. And
Take a minute. You're good.
And like it was just like it makes it even worse. Like he should definitely be killed because it makes it even worse because he killed the president of the United States for fudging his sentence. That's all.
Alright.
Can we make a comment?
Question.
We can choose other than the hanging, right? The death.
No.
No.
Like a gas tree already.
Okay, team life imprisonment.
Make sure your name is showing so that Miss Sebastian can see. Well, alright. Joey.
Come on, Joey, make a vow.
Come on, Joe.
Please state your name for the record.
Joey,
Okay, your time begins now.
first of all, nobody deserves to die instantly. I see what he did was wrong, but even so, you should not kill him for it. He should learn from his mistakes while thinking about it with time in prison. Also, I just wanted to state that if you hang him, well, what's he gonna do? He's just gonna die. That's all he gets from it. I mean, he deserves worse than just to die instantly. Thank you.
I have a comment.
You already been up there.
Yeah, but I have a comment.
Alright.
Now open the floor for one comment from each side.
Put your thing down. Put your thing down.
Drew.
I have a comment that Joey said that no one deserves to die instantly. That means that my grandmother in her old age deserves to die horribly, slowly losing her heart, or something like that. Is that what you're saying? You hate old people? Do you hate old people?
That makes no sense. Joey. Bowden's comment.
It was so long, I forget it.
Okay, moving on. Kayla Crow.
It's like an eye for an eye. So if you hung Booth, then you would be killing someone. So then Booth and the guy that hung him would both be killing someone.
Okay. Alright, we're now opening the floor back up for debate.
Death sentence. Maddie. Please state your name for the record.
Say your name.
Oh, Maddie. Did you hear their name? Her name? Okay. Alright, time begin? Your time begins now. Okay. The prison, I completely agree that he does not deserve to die instantly, but I think it's better than the prison life. I mean, imagine what's going to happen to him in the prison. We've all watched Law & Order, CSI, we all know what happens in prison. And I don't think he deserves that. I mean, he did shoot Lincoln, and Lincoln did die
Because he's a good person.
a slow death. That was a terrible thing to do.
Excuse me.
Let her speak. But it's not exactly fair that he just has to spend the rest of his life 30 more years in prison. 30 years in prison. That's a really long time, and for how bad the prison was. Nowadays they serve steak and souffles and stuff like that in prison, but they didn't do that back then. It was hard, like 2 pieces of bread a day. It's not very fair at all. And working 10 hours straight a day. Okay.
I know. Bailiff?
All the way in the back.
Me?
You, yeah. Please state your name for the record.
Your time begins now.
Okay. Well, I think he deserves
from prison because if you think about it, if he gets hanged immediately, he would die without, he would die happy. He would think that he did something, he accomplished something. But if he's in prison, then then he would think over, and he would die miserably, and say, I didn't accomplish anything, and that I should have never done this in the first place.
Yeah, Luke.
Please state your name for the record.
Luke Williams. Okay, your time begins now.
How do you know he's gonna die slowly? If they capture him and he's on the way to prison, somebody could shoot him and then he dies, or he just commits suicide because he could feel bad. So how do you know he's gonna die slowly in jail for the rest of his life?
Yeah! Wolverine! Wolverine! Judge Judy did it.
In the back.
Kevin.
You killed Kevin? Please state your actual name for the record.
Your time begins now.
Okay, first of all, this guy killed why should we let him off the hook easy? He killed the leader of the United States. If it wasn't for Lincoln, the country would be terrible, first of all. Second, if he's in jail, then it's gonna be a lot more deserving for what he did than just have a quick, easy death. Thanks for your time.
I have a comment.
Who do you want?
Oh, he wasn't going yet. Caleb, Blair, and...
I've gone.
Oh, no, Caleb and...
Okay, take real ugly. Yeah.
Please state your name for the record.
Jacob Bowen.
Your time begins now.
He deserves to die because he killed the President of the United States. He disobeyed one of the 10 Commandments. And he could be able to easily escape from prison if the floor was actually dirt.
Cold.
Sure.
Oh.
Floor was.
They give him spoons. You're just absolutely cold.
That was a very nice comment. Can we comment now? I have a comment. That was very good, Jake.
I guess they
Audrey. Let's go, Audrey. You got this.
Please state your name for the record.
Audrey Jones. Alright, so he needs to die, and he needs to die in prison. He needs to serve and make him do some public service while he's in prison, because that is sometimes what people do. And also, killing Lincoln was just totally wrong, and he needs to spend the rest of his life thinking about it. Because once Lincoln was killed, Andrew Johnson became president, and the public didn't like him at all. They actually almost impeached him.
I thought it was Andrew Jackson.
Johnson.
Oh, yeah. Can we comment now?
Death sentence has one more turn, and then we'll open the floor for comment. Who do you want? Maddie.
Do I need to state my name again?
It's Maddie.
Okay. Alright, our world is filled with titles. Titles. Teacher, title. Movie star, title. Average Joe, that's the title. I mean, if you think about it. Okay, which would you be more impressed with? Say a movie star is going to be coming into the classroom. Everybody's going to be freaking out, over the top, happy. Another teacher's going to be coming into the classroom. They're not going to care as much. But besides Lincoln, no offense, Miss Barr. Besides Lincoln being a president, he was human, just a human. Very intelligent, but a human. Also, human on human. You should die.
Okay. Order. We're now going to open the floor for comment, starting with Team Life in Prison. Miss Hirsch?
Callie. Ashley.
If you look, he didn't even have a regular hospital to go to. He didn't have doctors. He had to go to a hotel for a makeshift hospital. Now, how do you think all the hotel people felt when they saw Abraham Lincoln being carried, almost dead, by men, just carrying him into a hotel for a makeshift hospital? He didn't even have doctors and medicine in the hospital to give him. He had to die. He died because of the bullet, but he died kind of slowly, too, if you think about it. Yeah, he saw all the people, helping him, but they couldn't do much for him because they weren't near a hospital, they weren't near anything to help him. He had to suffer.
Claire?
And to the point where Audrey said that he should do community service while he was in jail too. If he had to do community service, he also could have the opportunity to kill more people while he's doing it. Just like if you have to cook food, you could live in the food.
Well, let's remember what time period this is. It's 1865, not 2012. Keep that in mind. Going back over here, Callie.
With what Jacob said about the 10 Commandments, disobeying one, if he did that, obviously it's not something good to do, then he shouldn't, for doing something like that, he shouldn't have to just die. He shouldn't have to pay for what he did.
Jacob.
What Ashley said. She said how he died in a slowing process, but it was only overnight. Now, if you think about how much a difference it is for a whole life, the rest of his lifetime, and overnight. It's a pretty big difference. I think.
Elijah.
Alright, he said about the 10 Commandments, and it's a big deal to disobey the 10 Commandments, so he should have to die slowly, because if he died quickly by just getting hung, then it would be a quick, easy death, and it wouldn't it wouldn't be that big of a consequence for disobeying the 10 Commandments, so we should have to die slowly for a bigger consequence.
1 second. Bryce?
So I can't remember who over there said it, but how they were saying about how, if he was in prison, he may think about what he did and realize it was wrong. But maybe he may go around telling people, if he was the other prisoners, oh, I did such a good job, look what I did. And then when it comes to he actually has to die, he may think, oh, I did a good job, and not that I did a bad thing.
Noah?
So Blair said that an eye for an eye. Well, if we kill Booth just then, the people would think, oh, I just killed the president, let's die in 5 seconds. That's not how it goes. Jacob said that he just ate from dirt, but they don't have food or anything to dig out in jail.
Fingers.
And they'll have people to watch them, so the guards watching them when
I'm not going. Wait, so do you guys mean kind of like how Abraham Lincoln's guard was watching him? Yeah, you're right. What's that? Didn't he assassinate because the guard left?
Last time checked, no one was talking.
You guys don't know that.
The guard didn't.
It's still his turn. Cool your jets.
No, don't.
Let me go.
Order! Guys. Shut your face. Alright, we're going to continue with the debate. Bailiff? We're on death sentence. No, life in prison.
Alex. Just say your name.
Okay, if we think like way back when Jacob and Jordan were talking about how they don't forget. Take a minute. What you said that your grandma said. No.
Yeah, that was a great comment.
No,
I love that.
you would do like he would
Would you like to pick someone to replace you? Please say your name on record. This is in place of Alex.
Your time begins now. With what Jacob said, with what you said, Jacob.
Which Jacob?
That's what I have to say. What's about the guards?
about what I said.
About what Jacob said.
I said about the guards. I said.
Oh yeah, about the overnight thing. Well, if he's in jail, he won't be injured, and he won't be happening to deal with an injury.
Wolverine.
Because he had to deal with a bullet inside of him for the night, and the food is not good. It is not steaks and fillets. It is not
bread.
Also, where they vegan fillet.
No, it's not. It's not like if you don't get served a fillet in jail.
Okay,
She didn't say fillet. She said souffle.
They would get served. I don't even get served.
Yeah, you still don't get souffle.
They would get served souffle.
Yes, judges. Luke.
Okay, going back to what Noah said, he said that he doesn't have to have the easy way out. Prison is the easy way out because he does get to survive. If you hang him, that's the hard way out because he dies immediately. So going to prison is the easy way out.
He doesn't have to suffer or deal with punishment at all.
Because jail is not fun and easy.
It's torture. It's torture.
The floor's not open to comments.
You get guilt. Guilt can eat you alive. Guilt can eat you alive.
Alright. The floor is not open for comments. Yeah. The judges will deduct points. Zach, don't even make them.
Katie.
Time begins. Wait, say your name.
Caitlin Marie Miller, daughter of Autumn Miller.
Your time begins now.
What Jacob Owens said about the Ten Commandments. If you know the commandments as much as I do. If he's in jail, maybe someone can come in and talk about what he did wrong. But even how it says, thou shalt not kill. You know how that's one of, thou shalt not murder? Even though he murdered, we be murdering him. And so that's disobeying it again. And then, yeah, like someone could come in there and teach him that.
Good job. Good job, Shane. Good job. Who else wants it? That's the bad one.
Jacob.
Jacob.
Your time begins now. Okay. How you guys are saying how if he stays in jail that long, he might change his mind. That's taking a 50% chance of that. He might or he might not. It's nothing really big about that. And about the 10 Commandments, how thou shalt not kill. Think about it.
It's murder.
Yeah, that's a good point. It is. But think about it. When we kill John Wilkes Booth, you guys are going to say, oh, it's quick. It's going to be a happy death. Think about where he's going. Just think about it. And most likely not up there.
My name's Alex. I remember what Jacob and Drew said. They said that he could get out and kill other people, but there's no real evidence in all of history that he had like a reason to kill anybody else. Like, it never said that he wanted to kill anybody else. And like, it's like people say about having dirt floors in the prison. It's not really like they had. You guys like underestimate the 1800s. I mean, they had like cells with wood and with concrete and metal bars and stuff like that. So it's not really like he's gonna get out easily with a spoon.
Alex was born in 1800.
How do you know they have condoms?
It said it in the book that we just read you.
Did it say that went to jail?
Oh!
And Miss Clark missed it. Bryce? Oh, Bryce.
First of all, like what he did, like it wasn't just some like random act by like a complete nut job. Like it was this like whole plan conspiracy because they planned to do it again, or they planned to do something else before that. And like people may have said that like he wasn't a normal man really, but he wasn't crazy. So maybe like if they sent him to jail, maybe he would just get like so freaked out about what he did. Like if he was crazy, then just start killing other people. Maybe.
Very nice point.
I need to go. Oh my God.
We've already spoken to you.
That's all.
Okay, we're gonna speak.
Ian has a non.
Ian hasn't gone.
Ian has not
Ian
gone.
has not gone over there yet.
Elijah hasn't gone.
And he has the green neon air pulse.
It's lime.
Neon green.
It's lime. Neon lime.
Come on, Morgan.
Your time, Morgan.
Because we're brave.
Our group is smaller. True. Oh, Sally.
Yeah.
Your time begins.
Okay. Well, Jacob
No,
said.
just kidding. Hold your thought.
Okay.
Now.
Jacob said that if he goes to jail, it's a 50-50 chance that he'll learn from his mistake. Well, if you hang him, he's not gonna. It's a 0% chance. He's dead. He can't learn. But at least it's a 50% chance. So he might or he might not, but it's better than nothing. Secondly, he said that you know where he's going after he's dead, but that went with it went against what you said, because if you kill him right away, then he is gonna go there. But if you put him in jail, it's gonna hold it off longer. Third, Andrew said that his grandma she would die, but she didn't do anything wrong. Well, that's right, she didn't do anything wrong. So we don't hate old people. She didn't kill the president of the United States. John Wilkes Booth killed the president of the United States. Your grandma didn't kill anybody. I'm guessing not. And lastly, Jacob Bowen said that in the 10 Commandments he killed someone, so that's wrong. But that's saying exactly what we said for the whole debate, that he killed someone. So you're saying in other words, it's going against the 10 Commandments.
So basically, you're going with what we said by saying that because he killed someone, he should have to learn what he did wrong in jail. So you're saying the same exact thing.
Drew.
Okay.
It's Drew. Judges.
Man, it's true. Put that down.
Okay, so whenever Alex said that we weren't being accurate on history because they had wood floors and stuff, neither are they. Because he was shot in a barn in Virginia. He didn't go to prison. Bless you.
Thank you. This is provided that he is caught, not killed.
He was caught, and they shot him. in a barn in Virginia. Get the facts right. You can't handle the truth.
What a win! Doesn't deserve
Katie.
Kate?
Yeah. Yeah.
Daughter of who? Autumn Miller.
I forgot.
Autumn. Alright, good. Your time begins now.
Okay. What Jacob said and the other Jacob said. The 10 Commandments. You know how you said you know where he's going? God loves everyone. He sent him here to have a reason to kill him. And so, even though we all have choices, God knows what's going to happen. And he let that happen. Because we have a choice. So, maybe God let that happen so he could learn from his mistakes and become a Christian.
Amen. I don't know, y'all. You better come up with something good and something good. Jacob, you got Order! Oh my goodness. Hush your faces. Go.
Technically, the wages of sin is death. So technically, he should be able to die because he sinned.
But say the rest of the verse. But the gift of God is eternal life.
Order!
This is politics here.
Hey!
At this time, we'd like to open the floor for any questions from the judges.
Whose team were you on, Miss Clark? Okay, go ahead.
Judges, anything?
Well, you go ahead and start.
All right.
I'll get there.
I have a question for both teams. Are you 100% sure that hanging is instant? They die instantly?
No. No, it's not always instant.
So you're on
Because
that
that was both
side.
of your points that he'll die instantly. But are you really sure that that'll happen? Do I get to make somebody an answer?
Yep.
We'll go with Morgan. Let's see what you
Okay,
got.
okay. From the smart Miss Clark, who knows many things, she told us as a class.
Brown noser.
they would factor in the weight of the person, so when they would hang them, their neck would snap instantly, so they would die instantly. So you would die instantly.
Alright, my question for you then is, how do you know they calculated it perfectly?
They don't have no
Human
scales.
They weighed them. Then they
He
measured the
could
ropes.
eat something.
Alright.
To compare.
I'm not saying it is, I'm just asking you.
I would suggest to not argue with the judge.
That's fine.
Kevin,
I'll hear him out.
So, like, if that didn't happen, they didn't die, then he could easily escape. He wouldn't get into
His arms are
Alright, I'll hear one argument from this side.
Hey!
Go ahead, Maddie.
Okay. Alright, you're right. He might have not have died, but it probably would have paralyzed him. So if they were to bury him or burn him, he would still be alive. He would feel everything. So if they did bury him, then that would be about 2 hours of thinking and losing air from underground.
They're gonna hang us.
Yes. It doesn't always
Very good. Guys, listen, please. Miss Nelms, your question, please.
I have just a general question regarding whether the ballistics was involved. Has anybody factored in the bullet? Are we sure that this is intentional? May it have been an accident? Could it have killed anybody else?
He accidentally.
Does anybody have anything to say about that? Okay, I'll start over here with the girl in the green. Ashley. Great.
We know he was trying to kill Lincoln because he had this whole plan about the whole government. He was going to kill Abraham Lincoln, then the secretary, vice president. He had this whole big plan, and everything was sort of happening at once. Lincoln just happened to get killed first.
Okay, how do we know this plan? How has it been documented? Not in textbook. I mean, like, did he say it? I mean, who did he tell about it?
He had a confidence. He had people who helped him with this plan. They were people that were going to have the vice president, secretary, or everybody else while he was killing Lincoln. So they might have told when they found out what was going to happen to John Knox.
They might have, or they did. Do you know?
The vice president and the secretary of state lived, and the secretary of state has accounts because he was actually sick in bed. Well, one of the people faked that he was bringing medicine and attacked him there. They had servants there and like people tending to him, so they knew that he was actually trying to kill the secretary of state.
Okay. Blair?
I also don't see how it could be accidental, because, like, when would anyone just go up to someone and, like, accidentally shoot them in the back of the head?
Hey, Mr. Lincoln!
I was like, I'm so sorry.
Wait, no objections.
Oh, really? I think I want to hear
Comments.
that.
I have comments.
I want to hear. Wait, but first I want to let him speak. Then you can have your objection.
Okay, and then we need to continue.
For how they said, well, how you asked if it was accidental. We're not sure, but our guess is that it wasn't, because since they were going after the vice president and the secretary, so that was our guess, because well, that's what they thought Booth was trying to do, try and take over.
So is a guess sufficient for the death penalty? So if you don't have sufficient evidence, is it okay to have the death penalty, or is life imprisonment better because then you can change your mind?
I think it should be the death penalty because he still killed the president.
You said maybe.
Yeah,
He may be killed.
but he's
But
dead.
it's still factual.
Yes, it's still factual that the president died.
Factual. Well, I know the president died, but
Yeah.
was it intentional? That's the question.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, because then because he still has to die.
Order. Okay. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Both Blair and Jacob's points were invalid. For
Okay.
this reason, that what we said was that he killed him on purpose, and there's documents to prove it, letters, everything, as Audrey said.
Right.
And Jacob and Blair's points, they both agree with us. They said that he did it on purpose. So basically, you're agreeing with us that they did it on purpose, and you just said that.
I said he might have. I didn't say, yep,
He killed him on purpose.
Okay.
If
My
he walked
problem
into the
with
room and shot him.
Okay, but here's what I'm gonna say about that. If we're not sure, then wouldn't life imprisonment be better, seeing as how you're gonna be killing him automatically?
I personally
Here.
agree.
I do too.
I think it's.
Miss Kwan, do you have anything?
Okay. He is still. Alright.
Okay.
Hey!
I know that over here, you guys have been saying that life imprisonment, he'll think about his decision and he'll feel the guilt for it. But did you factor in the fact that he might have been completely pleased with himself about the fact that he killed the president? And that it may give him license to think up more ideas of who else he could kill or who else he could get somebody else to come in and kill?
Okay, listen. One person from each side. We're running out of time.
Then they should probably decide who they
Yeah.
want to speak.
Decide who you want to be a
Well,
representative.
we're gonna get there, actually.
Okay.
So you need one person from each side.
Okay. Who? Morgan? Okay.
Okay, so that's true. He might not learn what he did wrong in jail, but still, there is a chance that he will. And like we said earlier, there's a 0% chance of the hanging, but there's still a somewhat of a chance. But even if he doesn't learn what he did wrong, he's still gonna have a hard life in jail. So he's still gonna have to work all day. He's not gonna be eating a lot. So he's like almost living it, even if he doesn't learn it.
But would you be ready for any retaliation that could happen from the people who followed him and who may help him or anything like that?
I think that the people in Lincoln's office, his other secretaries, would be ready for a retaliation attack because they already knew that there was a big plot, so they're probably ready for more.
Okay, over here.
We actually totally agree with what you said. So good job.
Okay. Alright.
Okay.
Listen.
At this time, we're going to sequester the judges to add up your scores. During their sequesterment, you have 3 minutes to prepare a closing argument and elect one speaker to deliver that closing argument.
Okay.
Your time starts now.
How do I grade this? Is that like a 10 out of 8 or something?
I'm not bringing that up. That's horrible. You want to bring up all the poor life. Okay, and if God, ever why would he let Abraham Wait, I need to finish it. God obviously liked
Argument.
Yeah.
Not that your reflection. That like got right on the board. Like I know, it's like right in
We should not be allowed to prove each other. It's her. We should not.
They believed more in religion back then than
Keep going. We only have 15 seconds.
Time's up.
Just talk from the heart. We don't.
Please be seated.
We'll go.
We gave one
Ready? Each team will now have 1 minute to deliver their closing argument, starting with Team Life in Prison.
There will be no comments from either side.
So we can't talk at all?
No.
Okay.
Either side. Stay quiet or your scores will be affected. Right? Right. Okay. Ready?
Okay. The Wolverines said that in jail, he could break out of jail, and it'll be really easy. Well, don't you think that the people, like the government, they could arrange more guards to guard his cell in particular? And also, that would be helping the economy, because that would be employing more people to guard the jail. So that is helping the economy and making sure he doesn't get out of jail. So that's not a worry. Also, the government could arrange to build the jail in the north, so the guards aren't going to be Southerners. They're not going to like Booth. They're going to hate Booth. And so they would make sure that he wouldn't break out. Coming from Ashley, the shooting in Connecticut that happened, they're not going to hang that guy. They're going to have him go to jail because, well, he died. But I mean, like, they would have had him go to jail because then he might learn what he did wrong. And so it's the same thing with Booth. He killed someone. He killed a very important person.
Now, Jacob.
Chief Judge Sexton.
We're good.
Everyone knows your name. Okay, your time begins.
Okay, so that team, how they were saying about religion. Well, oh my God, oh yeah. God gives people a good choice and a bad choice. How you said Booth came down here and that was his point. Yeah, but God gave Booth a good choice or a bad choice. He chose apparently the wrong choice. So that's for that. And in prison, how you guys said, no, he's gonna die. If you guys are in prison for life sentence, Booth is, no matter what, he's gonna die. He's gonna stay in that prison for the rest of his life. But he has longer to live. That's not fair. He should just be dead. And like I said, he's going down there. And with eternal life, Abraham Lincoln was a good man. He died. God liked him. Why he died? Eternal life. No, he died.
Order. We're done. At this point in time, the debate will be closed. From here, the judges will meet for a minute or two, and then I will be back to determine. Are we allowed to talk to each other? Quietly.
The bird. God bless America.
Katie got violent pushed in.
So there's
Shut up!
Order!
Okay. We've met with the judges, and we all feel that you have made excellent and valid and very good points and opinions and arguments. It was an awesome job. So first of all, give yourselves a round of applause. Okay. Also, say thank you to our judges.
I know I was your favorite.
And our bailiff.
Sergeant.
Okay. All right. However, at this point in time, the decision is unanimous, and life in prison.
It was very close.
Very close.
Each
Who
judge
was that
was
one?
within three.
Yeah.
Each judge was within 3
We
points.
still won though.
Okay, listen. At this point,
America's team.
at this point in time, case is closed. Case closed.
Thank you, Miss
What
Burns.
really happened, we'll find out.
We should not be playing religion with this. This is not church politics.
Religion was more important than
That only works now.
No! Hush! Be quiet. Listen, in 1865, religion was a big part of their lives. So it was